The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And as a reminder, My Pro Golf Life will return next Thursday at its regularly scheduled time for the second round from Scottsdale. And so what do I get for not watching last night's Game 4 of the World Series? A no-hitter! I had no idea until it was at the coffee shop this morning that there was a no-hitter in the World Series. I don't care if it's combined. Hi there, my name is Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program for this Thursday, the third day of November 2022. We should have a doubleheader for you, unless this Game 5 gets absolutely crazy, between the Houston Astros and Philadelphia Phillies. And although we did not project a no-hitter yesterday, we did project a Houston drubbing of Noah Syndergaard and the Philadelphia Phillies. This World Series project could end today, as whoever wins Game 5 will have a chance in about an hour or so to win Game 6 in the whole shooting match in Houston. So, I know that Aaron Nola is going tonight for Philadelphia, but remember, we did not have the rain out. And then I did not schedule an extra day off in there. So this would be, if this was the games of yesterday, would be Game 5. And so it would be Zach Wheeler and Justin Verlander here. But we have correctly called the winner of every game in this World Series so far. So if you're an Astro fan, well, you're going back to Houston. This series is going 6. If you're a Phillies fan, you heard it here first. And if you're the person thumbing down my stuff on YouTube, well, sucks to be you. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do it. As Retro Sports Network presents the 2022 World Series pre-play. Tonight, Game 5 from Philadelphia Citizen Bank Park between the Houston Astros and Philadelphia Phillies, and probably Game 6 from Minute Maid Park between these two teams. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Matt? And if you look at batting averages here for Philadelphia, it looks like they got no hit. Houston is just en fuego, unless you're Yuli Gurriel. I mean, they are just a hitting machine. So Zach Wheeler, who threw 5 innings in a Game 1 of this series. Actually, I think I had the 2 games in Houston mixed up. But we are at 2-2. Wheeler won Game 1, 5 innings, 5 hits, a home run allowed, and 8 strikeouts. I'm eating my lunch, by the way, as we do this. 31 years old, fastball pitcher, 89, and a ground ball plus pitcher. And he only faced 19 batters. The lineup today for Houston: Jose Altuve leads off at second base, Jeremy Pena at short, batting second, Yordan Alvarez, delicious, delightful, have another bite full, hot dog, it's Yordan. He's in left, will go third. Alec Bregman cleans up at third. Kyle Tucker in right, batting fifth. Yuli Gurriel at first goes sixth. Trey Mancini, who has been quietly a big star in this series for the Astros, is the DH, batting seventh. Chas McCormick in center bats eighth. And Marty Maldonado led the charge in our game yesterday with 4 hits. He's hitting .417, and will catch Verlander batting ninth. Justin should go 90 pitches, and maybe, just maybe, we can get Justin Verlander his first ever World Series win. The Phillies, again, no hit in real life last night. Schwarber a 5 and a 6 in left. Marsh a 6 and a 3 in center. Castellanos a 5 and a 6 in right. Alec Bohm a 6 at third. Mr. Stott a 7 at short. Gene Segura a 6 at second. Rhys Hoskins a 6 at first. JT Realmuto an 8 and 9 behind the plate, and Wheeler's an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. I'm going to take a bite of noodles and tell you that Altuve is hitting .278 in our series, 5 for 18 with a double and 2 RBI. So I'm eating my chicken ramen noodles and telling you that Altuve hits a fly ball to left. Schwarber reaches over in the corner, and that's how this one starts one out. Here's Jeremy Pena, 6 for 20 on the series with an RBI. Hitting .300, Jeremy strikes out. Wheeler got him on a full count. Fastball swung out and missed. Whether it's these Phillies or the real Phillies, you're still in the series. It's 2 games apiece. You're still halfway home. You win tonight. I mean, yeah, people will remember the first ever team no-hitter in World Series history and the third no-hitter in playoff history. And the second one involving the Phillies. Remember, it was Roy Halladay who shut down the Reds in the LDS opener a few years ago to join the Don Larson's club. Here's Alvarez. Jordan, 8 for 16, 2 doubles and 3 RBI. Wheeler winds and deals, and there's a ground ball to Hoskins that's going to play him. And so Alvarez will reach on the 2-out error and bring up Bregman, who was 7 for 18, 389, no homers, and 5 RBI. Bregman looks like he's sniffing one of his own farts in that picture. It's not a smile. Something's just wrong. Wheeler into right center. Marsh moves over, and that should and will retire the side. So the error does not hurt the Phils. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. Bottom of the first coming up, no score. And so again, Cade Upton's better half takes the hill for Houston. Verlander went 7 innings in game 1, did not allow an earned run, which didn't happen in real life. Even the homer was unearned. He struck out 6. You don't give up an unearned run, and you lose the ball game. Justin, grand old man of baseball, 39 years old. He faced 26 batters and only allowed 4 hits. He went 18-4 in the real season with a 1.75 ERA. So in going 7 innings in the 3-2 game 1 loss, 108 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, both unearned. The homer that chased him, and he struck out 6. It'll be Kyle Schwarber leading off at left field for the Phillies. Rhys Hoskins at first will bat second. JT Realmuto behind the plate goes third. Bryce Harper, the DH, cleans up. Castellanos in right will go fifth. Alec Bohm at third goes sixth. Gene Segura at second will bat seventh. Brandon Stott at short will bat eighth. And Marsh in center will go ninth. Wheeler threw 16 pitches in his half of the first. Astros set up defensively like this. Alvarez a 4 and a 7 in left. McCormick a 6 and a 4 in center. Tucker the best of the 3. He's a 7 and a 6 in right. Bregman a 7 at third. Pena 7 at short. Altuve a 6 at second. Gurriel at 8 at first. Maldonado a 10 and a 7 behind the plate. And Verlander is a 6 with a .950 fielding percentage. Schwarber 1 for 13 on the series. And that one hit was a single. Verlander starts his night with a ground ball to Gurriel. And Yuli takes it to the bag, 1 out. It's a beautiful night again here in Philadelphia. 56 degrees, clear skies, winds blowing in from right center at 10. And I promise you that at some point the Phillies will actually get a hit. Rhys Hoskins may not be that guy. He's 2 for 16, a single, a double, and an RBI over the first 4 games of this not World Series. Verlander's pitch struck him out. So that'll bring up Realmuto. 4 for 16, a single, a double, and a solo homer. And he has 1 RBI. Verlander winds and delivers. And there's a high fly ball to left. Alvarez is just going to run out of real estate, I think. And that is off the top of the wall. So just below the railing, Realmuto's digging for 3. The throw to Bregman is not in time, and that's a triple. I told you the Phillies were going to get a hit, and they did. So a 2-out triple brings up Bryce Harper. who was hitting 154, 2 for 13. He has a stolen base and he's walked twice. And so, Matt, I'd be rooting for whoever wins this World Series because we've matched game for game for game. Pitch to Harper. Realmuto on third. Verlander got him. He got him to chase a fastball out of the zone, and we played one. I'm going to take a bite of lunch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After one, the last game of the year at Citizens Bank Park is scoreless. So, excuse my chewing. Kyle Tucker leads off, the second for Houston. 7 for 17. A double, a homer, and 2 RBI. It's curious that we had the milestone in the real Game 4. Because in our Game 4, the Astros pounded out 24 hits. Pitch to Tucker from Wheeler is into right center. Marsh moving over for the out. And that'll bring up Gurriel. Yuli is 2 for 18. He has been the lone non-offensive player for Houston, but he has scored twice in this pre-play of a World Series. Wheeler deals, and there's a ground ball to Hoskins. Reese will pick this one up, take it to the bag himself, and there's 2 out. So here's Trey Mancini, and Trey has hit a tray full of doubles. He is 4 for 13 with 2 RBI, but he was a doubles machine last night. He now has 3 on the series. Wheeler delivers, and there's a liner in the left center that's going to sink for a single. Schwarber throws it back in, and that's the first hit for Houston. So a 2-out single. Here is McCormick. Chaz is having himself a run here. He is 8 for 16 in this World Series, hitting .500. He has scored 3 times. In fact, everybody scored for Houston yesterday. Curious, as I look at my chat, everyone every day comes in with a different color, and blue on black just doesn't really work for me here. But Steeler fan today is Astro Orange. I don't set the colors, it's all random. So that's a good omen for Matt. 2 out, Wheeler from the stretch. Gets away from Realmuto. Mancini's going to try it to throw down to Segura. They got him. So erase the wild pitch off the board. Mancini has my speed, and Realmuto threw him out. So after an inning and a half, the Astros get a hit and get him thrown out. No score. So Verlander to face Castellanos, Bohm, and Segura. Nick, 3 for 14 in this pre-play. That's 214, and he has scored twice. Verlander gets him to fly to right field. Tucker by the foul line will make the catch, and there's a foul ball. Somebody from Trenton made that catch, and the count is a ball and a strike from Verlander. Justin gets his sign and plugs him. Not what the Astros need to do. Castellanos got hit in the ribs, so nobody out. Runner on first for Bohm, who is hitting a whopping 143, 2 for 14, and he has struck out twice. So Verlander resets his focus. That goes into left center. Crowd likes it. So does Chas McCormick, who's going to trace it down to make the catch. So 1 out for Segura. Gene 3 for 12, 250, a home run, and 2 RBI. Verlander throws to first, and that's just a good time to eat your ramen noodles. and I'll take my own advice. So Verlander's ready. One out. Segura gets away from Maldonado, and Castellanos does have some speed, and he'll take second on the pass ball. So the fastball was more like a split finger, and Maldonado couldn't pick it up. So a 3-0 count to Segura. One out, and that runner now is in scoring position. Verlander buckles down, and Segura hits a fly ball to left. Alvarez will turn and watch it go. I think that's out. It is. It's a home run for Segura. A double. That's a double. The chalkboard threw me off there. So Alvarez went back to the wall, not on the chalkboard, and it bounced off, and Segura has an RBI double. And it's 1-0 Phils with one out in the second. Here is Bryson Stott. That's what I get for trying to eat lunch at the same time. Stott 3 for 15 on the series with a double and an RBI. You know, Vin Scully would have handled that much better. Although they all eat in the press box. Most ballparks, in fact, every Major League ballpark has a pregame spread for the press. And I'm sure Vinny would have done his homework and eaten before the game. Pitch to Stott. Segura on second. Ground ball to first. Gurriel charges it. Goes to the bag himself. 2 out. But play-by-play announcers are known to sneak in a hot dog during a game or an ice cream sundae, and sometimes they show it on camera. Here's Brandon Marsh, 3 for 11. His homer came in Houston. He has driven in 3. So runner on third, 1-0 Phils, bottom of the second. But if any of you have done play-by-play work before, especially for tournaments and stuff like that, you are shoveling in food while you call the game. Pitch to Marsh. Brandon laces this one into right field in front of Tucker. Segura is going to score. Marsh will hold with a single, and the Phils are not going to let Verlander get that World Series win. It's 2-0. Here's Schwarber, who's 0 for 1. Verlander, opening 9 on 31 pitches. Inning in 2/3. 3 hits. This time, both the runs are earned. And he has struck out 2. Schwarber into right field. Tucker will pick it up. Marsh should move over to third. He is going to try it. Tucker has the best arm in right field. Schwarber is going to hold the throw. Marsh does not get a good jump. And so the throw to third is going to be close, and I'm assuming they got him. They did. It was a good throw. Marsh dove in the bag, and Bregman said, "Hey, I got a ball, and you're out." So that will retire the side, but not before the Phils get 2 runs on 3 hits. They don't leave anybody on after 2. It's 2-0 Phils here in Game 5. So McCormick at the plate when Mancini was thrown out. Chops this one foul, third base side. Somebody from South Philadelphia, born and raised, made the catch, and the count is 0-2. Remember, Mancini was thrown out trying to advance to second on what would have been a wild pitch from Wheeler. How you doing, Bernie? Got him. That's the second for Wheeler. He swings and misses on an 0-2 fastball, and here's Maldonado. Martin had a huge game in Game 4, hitting .417, 5 for 12, His 3-run homer was the first of a lot of runs for Houston. He's now driven in 5 on the series, and Wheeler got him on a 1-2 fastball outside. So we got a good morning and a good afternoon. Here's Altuve, who's 0 for 1. Wheeler, 36 pitches, 2 2/3. A hit and 3 strikeouts. Yes, I know Aaron Nola is really going in Game 5. And Wheeler would go 6 for Philadelphia, but we did not have the rain out in our series, and so it would make sense that Wheeler would go today. Especially, if the Phils win this, and they're up 2-0 with 2 out in the third, they go to Houston with a chance to win the World Series. Pitch to Altuve is a liner into left. That's going to drop in front of Schwarber, and that's a base hit. So that brings up Pena, who struck out his first time up. Altuve has decent speed, but not a threat to steal. Wheeler concentrates on Pena. Line drive to third. Boom! Snares it, and that will do. No runs, a hit, no errors. Ron's going to eat some more lunch after 2.5. 2-0 Phils. I have no idea what that emoji is, Matt. Is that turkeys? Anyway, Rhys Hoskins is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Verlander has fanned 2 through 2. He starts the third. Got him. Well, if that's strikeouts, then that's the third. Swung on and missed the 0-2 fastball. And here's Real Muto. JT tripled his first time up, but he did not score. This time around, that's an extra base hit. In fact, that ball is gone into left center field, and Real Muto has been the Phillies' offense. It's now 3-0 Phils. Real Muto with just a laser shot into the alley in left center. Bowls of noodles. Oh, is that what that is? Okay. No, I'm just eating one. And although he was nice, I'm still going to show him the home run again and eat a bite of noodles. So for JT, that's the second of the series, and the 5th hit given up by Verlander. Here's Harper. He struck out his first time up. Harper fouls it off, and the count is 1-2. Now, of course, announcers' voices get dry and mouths and throats get cracky. And even with all the extra commercial time during any broadcast now, you still don't have time to go to the little Vinny's room. And so Scully was a big fan of Jolly Rancher candies. And you suck on them, and it just keeps your throat a little moisturized. Once in a while, I'll reach over. I got a bag of wild cherry cough drops, which I might break into today because this is a doubleheader day on Retro Sports Network. The other trick is chewing on some ice. You suck on the ice, it eventually dissolves in your mouth, and you just go at a slow enough pace that you don't need to use the little Vinny's room all that much. Pitch to Harper. Bryce, it's a ground ball to second. Altuve has it, throws to Gurriel for the out. And that's it for today's Secrets of the Broadcaster. 2 out here in the third. Castellanos was hit by a pitch by Verlander and scored. 3-0 Phils. Castellanos hits this one hard to third. Bregman by the line, throws across the way, and that will retire the side. Real Muto, a solo homer. The one hit, the one run. We go to the 4th, 3-0 Phillies. So here's Alvarez, Bregman, and Tucker to face Wheeler, who was through the first 3 on 41 pitches. Jordan is 0 for 1. Alvarez chops this one between Segura and Hoskins and reaches on a leadoff single. Segura should have had that. Third hit for Houston. The Phillies have 5. Here's Bregman. He's 0 for 1. And he draws the walk. So nobody out, first and second for Kyle Tucker. 7 for 18 overall. 0 for 1 tonight. Wheeler, his first walk of the World Series in 8 innings. And 153 innings for the Phillies. In real life, he walked all of 34. So Zach has very good control. Pitch to Tucker. Kyle hits a base hit into right center. Castellanos gets it in shallow right. One of those Texas leaguers. Alvarez looks to score but will hold. And now the tying run is on for Yuli Gurriel, who has struggled in this World Series pre-play. He's now 2 for 19. So the bases are full of Astros with nobody out here in the top of the 4th. 3-0 Phils. Wheeler deals, and Gurriel strikes out. An 0-2 fastball, and Gurriel watched it like a barn on the side of the road. He just stood there. So here's Mancini. Trey singled his first time up, but then was thrown out trying to advance on what would have been a wild pitch. And as baseball demos will let you know, it's not a wild pitch unless a runner advances. Or a pass ball for that matter. So the bases remain loaded. Mancini now hitting .357 in the series. Wheeler from the set. Mancini hits this one high and deep to left center, and pull out the mustard and the rye, Grandma. That's a grand slam for Trey Mancini. And the Astros go up 4-3. That ball was hammered into the batting eye in left center field. What a pickup from Baltimore. Mancini just absolutely hammered that one. And there wasn't anything Brandon Marsh could do. That ball was actually hit up against the camera well in left center field. And so now the Astros are up 4-3. And we'll see if Wheeler can settle down. So here's McCormick. He struck out his first time up. Goodness gracious, that was well struck. And the crowd here at Citizens Bank is silent. 3 times last night the Astros plated 4 in an inning. So that's the 4th time in 2 days that Houston has a 4 spot on the board. Pitch to McCormick. Chaz laces this one into left. I wish John was here because we're going to have to get into the Philly bullpen. So that'll do it for Wheeler. We're going to go with, oh my goodness, I guess we're going to have to go with Nick Nelson. Because there's so many people that, I mean, look, all those S's for Philly means they're short rest. So Suarez, who will pitch probably game 6. Bailey Falter, who came in but got hurt. Robertson threw 14 pitches yesterday. Actually, Nola's going to start game 6. Connor Brogdon doesn't want to go 3 days in a row. Eflin can, but you want to save him if you need him. Noah Syndergaard, a performance that he'll remember as long as it took for him to get to his car. And Kyle Gibson, who gave 60 pitches last night, just trying to keep the Phils in the ballgame. So with one out here in the fourth, it's Nick Nelson. Nick threw 2/3 of an inning last night in that 13-1 shellacking. 14 pitches, 3 hits, and a run. So for Nick, who's 26, a fastball at 94, and an extreme ground ball pitcher, 1 inning, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. 4-3 Astros, 1 out, top the fourth. McCormick on first, Nelson trying to induce. Maldonado struck out his first time up. Got him. Swung on and missed on the hard curve. 2 out for Altuve, who was 1 for 2. This time around, laces this one into left field. Schwarber will pick it up. McCormick on second will hold there, and it's first and second, 2 out for Pena, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. So the Astros continue their hard hitting. They now have 7 hits here with 2 out in the top of the fourth. Nelson delivers, and Pena grounds this one to third. Bohm will get an out somewhere, and he chooses it to be at first. Hoskins is there, and the side is retired. But the Phillies are now behind the 8 ball. The grand slam by Trey Mancini makes it 4-3 Houston. So as I eat again, here's Bohm. Alec is 0 for 1. Verlander now has the lead and strikes out Bohm. A 1-2 fastball in there at the knees, strike 3. That's 4 for Justin. Segura doubled and drove home one of those runs for the Phils, who were up 3-0 a moment ago. But now they trail 4-3. Segura into right field, and the tying run is already on for the Phils. So with that hit, Segura is now hitting .357 in this pre-play. Here's Stott. Bryson is 0 for 1. Segura has I'll think about it speed. Verlander throws to first. I thought about it, and the answer is no. So Stott 0 for 1 today, 3 for 16 on the series. Verlander from the stretch, and Stott sends this one into right, but Tucker will get there. Kyle makes the catch. Segura goes back to first. 2 out. Now 54 degrees, and it's a chilly night here in Philadelphia, but clear. The wind now blowing in from 10 from right center. Here's Brandon Marsh. He had an RBI single for the Phils. His first time up. Verlander, by the way, 63 pitches with 2 out in the fourth. He can go 90. Pitch to Marsh. Struck him out. So that's 5 for Justin. No runs, a hit. The Phillies leave on a runner. We go to the fifth. 4-3 Houston. So the Phillies hope that Nelson can go get 3 outs here. He's already thrown 2/3 of an inning. Alvarez is 1 for 2. Jordan has singled and scored. Nelson starts the fifth. Strike 3. Gets away from Realmuto. Throws down to first. 1 out. So the 0-2 fastball was in the dirt. And that'll bring up Bregman. Alex is 0 for 1. If you are a Patreon of ours, Digital Dice, you're going to get a special treat tonight. Bregman is 0 for 1. A run scored and a walk. Nick Nelson deals. There's a base hit in the left field. Schwarber will pick it up. So another hit for Houston. That's the 8th for the Astros, and that'll bring up Tucker. Kyle is 1 for 2, has singled and scored. Real Muto and Nelson try to get on the same page. They change around the signs. Tucker up the middle, past a diving Segura. And now it's first and second. So here's Gurriel. Yuli is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So Nelson will pitch to him. And then we get into Wheel C territory. 9 hits for the Stros. Nelson from the set. Gurriel might be 2. Stott will grab it. Segura for a 1. Gene turns, pivots, throws to first, and that is 2. So he goes, does what he has to do, gets the pitcher's best friend. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Halfway home in the first of our 2 scheduled games today. It's the Astros 4, the Phillies 3. Well, I did manage to get in a bite during that commercial break. You joined us late. Here's how we got here. Gene Segura doubled home a run in the second to make it 1-0 Philadelphia. Brandon Marsh singled home Segura to make it 2-0. Then JT Realmuto scorched one down the line and left to make it 3-0 Phils. But all that work was undone by Trey Mancini, who put one over the camera well on left center for a 422-foot grand slam to make it 4-3. This series, by the way, is tied up at 2 games apiece, just like the real World Series. Justin Verlander, a 6-hitter through 4. The Houston Astros chase Zach Wheeler, 3 1/3, 6 hits, all 4 runs are earned. He gave up the home run, blocked a batter, and struck out 4. And Nelson's day is probably done after an inning and 2/3 of 3-hit ball. So 67 pitches for Verlander through 4, 18 batters, 6 hits, the home run to Realmuto, and Verlander has struck out 5. So for the moment, Verlander is in line to get his first ever World Series win. Schwarber 1 for 2. Kyle has a single, and this time he hits a chopper down to Altuve. Jose throws to first for the out. So 1 away for Rhys Hoskins, who was struck out twice today and 12 times in the pre-play. That's just not going to get it done. That's a fly ball left field. Alvarez moves over in the alley and will make the catch on the track. 2 out. Here's Realmuto. JT hit a solo homer. He is 2 for 2. He also has a triple. So he has the hard part of the cycle down. Throwing a single and a double. Wonder who was the last one to have a cycle, hit for the cycle in a World Series game. Verlander's pitch. Realmuto gets his single, I would think. Alvarez cuts it off, and so, yep, JT, who has good speed, needs a double for the cycle. Here's Harper. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out once. Verlander throws to first, and Realmuto is picked off. JT was leaning one way, Verlander went the other, and that will retire the side. The Phillies make it bad base running blunder. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 5, Houston 4, Phil's 3. So Mancini, who is the star for Houston in this game, hit a grand slam his last time up. He has also singled, and now has driven in 6 runs. Not bad for a guy that hit 176 after coming over from the Baltimore Orioles. Nelson starts the inning, and Mancini strikes out. A 2-2 curve caught the inside on the black, 1 out. According to Google, my producer Jamie tells me in my ear that nobody has hit for the Cycle in a World Series, and Brock Holt is the only one ever to do it in the postseason. So, if Real Muto doubles between now and the end of this game, he'll be the first, just like the Astros last night were the first to throw a combined no-hitter. McCormick 1 for 2 with a single. He's going to get another base hit. That's into left field, and Nelson will be done. So Nick goes 2 innings. And there really isn't a 30-pitch pitcher left. They'll go with Alvarado. Jose has thrown 2 innings in this World Series, allowed 4 hits and a strikeout. He last pitched. Well, he pitched both of the games in Houston, so he's on plenty of rest. And remember, it's an off day before Game 6. So in Game 2, it made 1 inning, 3 hits, 17 pitches, and a strikeout. 2 innings pitched in the series, 4 hits and a strikeout. He's 26 years old. Fastball tops out at 94. And a ground ball plus pitcher. Maldonado drops one down. Alvarado throws to Segura covering. I got to make sure the mouse isn't there, and that's an out. So the sacrifice doesn't work. Well, does work. McCormick moves to second for Altuve, who was 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Yeah, Alvarado sounds like a town from a John Wayne movie, doesn't it? The man who shot Liberty Valance. From Alvarado, Kansas. Yes, it does sound like a John Wayne movie. So here's Altuve. Jose, if he plays his cards right, could actually pitch into the 7th. Pitch to Jose. In the center field, Marsh will move over into right center. That's tracing back a bit, but Brandon's there and makes the catch to retire the side. That'll do it. So Justin Verlander is in line for his first ever World Series win as Ryan Stanek comes in to pitch. Ryan has pitched in this World Series. He's got an inning in the 3rd, striking out a batter. He is 30 years old, a ground ball plus pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 94. He pitched in a Game 1 loss, 23 pitches, retired 4, didn't allow a base runner unless he hit somebody, and struck a man out. Alvarado also sounds like a Chevy truck, doesn't it? Bryce Harper is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 4-3 Astros, and they're relying on their pen to get the last 12 outs. Pitch to Harper. He walks. There's Castellanos, who is 0 for 1, scored, hit by a pitch. Harper not going anywhere. Stanek throws to first, and Harper is back. And Harper is still not going anywhere. Now he works to Castellanos, who laces this one into left field for a base hit. McCormick will pick it up. Harper will hold at second. And the Phils got something cooking with nobody out and 2 on here in the 6th. For Bohm, who was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So Harper in scoring position, he's the tying run. And Castellanos is the go-ahead run. Stanek's pitch. Bohm hits a double play ball to Altuve. Jose goes to Pena for 1. Jeremy throws to first. And Stanek got his best friend. Maybe in his case it's an Irish setter, but in this case it's a 4-6-3 double play. And Harper moves to third for Segura, who has had himself a day. He has singled, doubled, scored, and driven in a run. So Gene has accounted for 2 of the Phillies' 3 runs. Stanek trying to get out of it. Bregman at third, across the way to Gurriel. And the Phillies are going to leave Harper on third. And so we go to the 7th. Again, I'm still working on my lunch. It's the Astros 4, the Phillies 3. So here's Pena. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Alvarado starts the 7th. Liner left field. Schwarber isn't going to get that. And Pena will take a long trip around first, but hold there. And that's the 11th Astro hit. Here's Alvarez. Jordan 1 for 3. Has singled, scored, and struck out. Throw to first. Pena's out. They picked him off. The lefty picked off the lefty, and there's 1 out. So Alvarado, who threw to first, and just like John Wayne in one of those westerns, he got his man as Pena was leaning the wrong way. So 1 out for Alvarez, and nobody on. Jose delivers. Alvarez strikes out. So a full count changeup, and there's 2 out. So here's Bregman. Alex 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and scored. Jose goes to the plate, and Bregman draws the walk. So 2 out, runner on first. And Alvarado will stay in for Tucker, who is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored. 4-3 Stros, 2 out. Top of the 7th. We're going to take an extended break between innings. By the way, Tucker got him. So Alvarado does his job, and here comes Phil Maton. Stretch time here in Philadelphia, 4-3 Stros. But we'll take that extended break when my wife comes in. Maton, inning in a third in the series, took a loss. 2 hits and a home run. And now I'll take that break. Hold on. We'll do this piecemeal. Phil obviously didn't pitch yesterday. Went game 3 here in Philadelphia and took the loss 2-1. Inning in a third, 24 pitches, 2 hits, the home run, and has an earned run average of .675. Now I gotta take the break. Hold on. So we've done the spousal thing. So Maton will face Stott, Marsh, and Schwarber. Interesting, 3 lefties in a row. Stott is 0 for 2 today, 3 for 17 on the series. Phil starts his effort, got him. He tipped it in the glove of Maldonado on the curve, 1 out. Matt, am I pronouncing Phil's name right? Here's Brandon Marsh. Brandon is 1 for 2. The cat has now joined me. Brandon has an RBI single. Phil the thrill goes, and Marsh laces this one to right. Tucker will pick it up, and that's a single. So the Phillies have the tying run on. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th for Schwarber. Kyle is 1 for 3 with a single. He has not struck out today. I bring that up because he struck out 200 times in the real season. Never mind the cat being put down on, pitched a throw to first. There we go. So Emmy's out, and so it's just us again. And no, Emmy wasn't put down. So Gurriel had the tag on to Marsh, and he's back, and Marsh isn't going to steal. Maton. So I was pronouncing it right. So pitch to Schwarber, and Kyle draws the walk. So Maton not doing his job here. First and second, 1 out for Rhys Hoskins, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. So the tying run is Marsh, who should score on a single, and Schwarber, the go-ahead run, who has decent speed. Maldonado goes out to change the signs. Maton is ready. He delivers. And Hoskins draws the walk. So they are loaded for JT Realmuto, who, as Jamie said earlier, no one has ever hit a cycle in the World Series. Brock Holt had one, I'm assuming, for the Reds. Maybe not for the Red Sox. He might have did it with the Brewers in a postseason game, but it's never been done in the series, and Realmuto needs a double. And if you're wondering, he hit 26, and he has a 5.2% chance of doing it right now. So Schwarber, the go-ahead run on second. Hoskins' insurance run again is on first. And Holt did it against the Yankees with the Red Sox. How about that? So they're loaded. Marsh on third. Won't be a cycle this time around. Infield fly should be called. Pena battles the wind, makes the catch. And there is an infield fly, and Rafael Montero is coming in to pitch. So Montero, over from Seattle, making his 3rd appearance in this World Series, is 31 years old, a fastball pitcher at 91, and a ground ball plus pitcher. I forget that you got to face 3 batters. That rule I left intact. He pitched both of the games in Houston. So he hasn't pitched here in Philadelphia. He went 1 inning in game 2 through 19 pitches, a walk and a strikeout. Inning in a third for Rafael and a walk and a strikeout. So 2 out. Phils have a golden chance to do something here. And here is Bryce Harper. Remember, We've already had one grand slam today. That was Trey Mancini. Harper has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Montero delivers, and that's a ground ball that Altuve saves a run. He got it on the run. He did a spinorama in the air and threw him out. And the Astros get out of that squeaky clean. How about that? No runs, 1 hit, and the Phillies leave them loaded. We go to the 8th. Brad Hand coming in, 4-3 Stros. And that definitely is worth a goodness gracious Buffy St. Marie. So Hand has not pitched since Game 3. This is his 4th appearance in the series. He got the win in Game 3 in that 2-1 affair. 1 inning, 22 pitches, a walk and 2 strikeouts. So the former closer for the Padres, 3 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. 31 years old, fastball at 91, and a ground ball plus pitcher. With the exception of yesterday's Game 4 blowout, 4 of the 5 games in this series have been really, really good. Gurriel is due. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and is now 2 for 21 against the Phillies. Hand's pitch. Gurriel, ground ball to second. Segura has it, throws to first, 1 out. Got leaf blowers going behind me now. Here's Trey Mancini. Trey, 2 for 3, would be an Astro legend forever with his grand slam in the 4th. Chops 1 to Hand. Brad throws to first, 2 out. So an easy inning for Hand, and we'll go with Eflin in the 9th. Regardless, everyone's off. It's an off day between games 5 and 6. Chas McCormick making himself a legend in Houston, at least in this pre-play. 2 for 3 today, 10 for 19 on the series. His single twice and struck out. Hands deal. Got him. And so how safe was I this month? We're not going to look. So after 7.5, no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th for the last time in Philadelphia, 4-3 Stros. So Castellanos, Bohm, and Segura to face Montero. Nick 1 for 2, singled and scored. Montero starts the 8th, a ground ball to third. Bregman fields it, throws to first, 1 out. So here's Bohm. Alex, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Must be somebody I'm going to pinch hit for here. And we're going to go with Edmundo Sosa. Edmundo 1 for 3 on the series with a double. 1 out in the 8th. Edmundo can also play third base. Montero delivers. Sosa into right field. That ball is well struck. McCormick running a long way, and so is Tucker. And we are off the wall. Sosa will get 2. He will not round second. That one just hit below the metal bar, and that was about 2 inches away from being a tie game. And so with 1 out here in the 8th, Sosa is the tying run. 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Astros. They left on 7. Segura, 2 for 3 today, a single, a double, and an RBI. Though Phil's overall, 3 runs, 10 hits, and an error. Montero deals. Segura, a hard ground ball to Altuve. Jose goes to first, 2 out. But Sosa moves to third. And that'll bring up Bryson Stott, who's going to have to hit because I've used my infield pinch hitter. Stott has struck out. He's 0 for 3. Houston hanging on here, 4-3, bottom 8. It'll be Maldonado, Altuve, and Pena in the 9th for Houston. Montero kicks and fires. Struck him out. And he got out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 9th. It's Houston 4, Philadelphia 3. Amish Elvis. That's a symbol I don't know. Thank you, my friend. So Sosa stays in the game. He's a 6 at third. I have no idea what that symbol is. They bring in Eflin, who has only pitched once in this World Series. He locked down the save. Zach was a starter most of the year. 27 years old, a fastball at 88, a ground ball pitcher. And he pitched game 3. He locked down the save. He went 1 inning, 12 pitches, a hit and a strikeout. And with the off day between games 5 and 6, he could pretty much go as long as he wants today. Maldonado is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Marsh, Schwarber, and Hoskins for the Phillies in the 9th. Eflin starts his effort with a line drive to third. Sosa's there, 1 out. Brings up Altuve, who is 2 for 4 today. He has singled twice. Eflin 1 pitch, 1 out. Fly ball left field. Schwarber going back to the track. And that died. 2 out. So here's Jeremy Pena. Jeremy 1 for 4. He has singled and struck out. So Eflin trying to breeze through the 9th and hope his offense can buy him a 10th inning. Pitch to Pena. Chopper to third, and Sosa's not going to play that. That hit off his glove, and that's going to be an E5. So a 2-out error. It's the second one for Philly today. Here's Alvarez. Jordan 1 for 4. Has singled, scored, and struck out twice. Eflin. Ground ball, base hit right side. Castellanos will pick it up. In what was an easy inning for Zach. In fact, Pena's going to try for third. Castellanos has got to put something on this throw. It's going to be directly to third, but Pena should, and does beat it out. Jake Myers is going to pinch run at first for Alvarez. So first and third, 2 out for Bregman. Alex 1 for 2. He has walked twice, singled, and scored. Eflin was out of this a moment ago, and now he's right in the frying pan. Pitch to Bregman. There's a chopper to short. Stott should have it. He does. He goes to Segura, and the Astros don't get anything. So they'll strand 2, no runs, 1 hit and 1 error, and Ryan Presley is going to try and slam the door here in Game 5. So Presley, their closer, got a win, and that must have been Game 2, that 5-4 come from behind win over the Phils. He didn't pitch well. 20 pitches, 1 inning, 3 hits, a run it was earned, and his ERA is 9. He is 33 years old, and that fastball tops out at 92. And he is a ground ball pitcher. Brandon Marsh, who is 2 for 3, he has singled twice with an RBI. Schwarber and Hoskins, as the Phils try to force extra here, in Game 5. Presley starts his effort. Got him. So a 2-2 curve in there for strike 3. Here's Schwarber. Kyle 1 for 3. He has singled and walked. Presley from the wind. Got him! So we got a good morning and a good afternoon, and if it's Hoskins, could be good night. So the Phillies are down to their last out here in Game 5. Astros 4, Phillies 3. Hoskins has walked and struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. Presley delivers. Line drive foul. First base side. And somebody from Harrisburg made that catch. So a ball and 2 strikes to Hoskins, who, by the way, hit 30 homers on the real season. Presley with a 1-2 count deals. Good night. We go back to Houston with the Astros up 3-2. And so, Justin Verlander, you get your win. 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors. We'll play Game 6 in a moment. The Astros left on 9. Philadelphia, 3 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and they left on 8. And Trey Mancini, with his grand slam in the 4th, made it stick. So Verlander, 5 innings for the win, 7 hits, 3 runs all earned. He gave up the homer to Real Muto and struck out 5. And then the Astros, they needed 12 outs from their pen, and they got it without a run allowed, although Maton kind of struggled. Wheeler did not pitch well for the Phils. 3 1/3 in his loss. 6 hits, 4 runs all earned. But the Phillies bullpen did the job the rest of the way. 2 innings from Nelson, an inning and 2/3 from Alvarado. Hand and Eflin did the job as well. And so 4-3, the final. If someone ever made a Verlander card representing just his World Series appearances, it would look as bad as my card would be. So, we're going to take a moment and give you an ad. I'm going to take a drink, and we're going to set up for Game 6 of this World Series. The Astros have a chance to put this away at home. We'll be back in a moment. kind of hoping that the yard work would be done by the time I got the lineups together. How you doing, John? Brass tax time for the Phils. I think I got the lineup right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Matt thinks I would beat Verlander down the golf course. I would hope so. So Framber Valdez, who was the big man last night in real life, gets a chance to pitch the Astros to a World Series championship here in Game 6, and of course it's pretty much Johnny Holstaff's if no one wins this. Valdez, is it Valdez or Valdez? 28 years old, a ground ball plus pitcher. Fastball tops out at 91, and he was the winning pitcher in their Game 2 win over the Phils, 5-4. 6 innings, 109 pitches, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk and 7 strikeouts. And so this will be the lineup that the Phils will put out there. Just the 2 lefty. Schwarber leads off in left. Hoskins, who better have a better World Series than what he's doing here, will play first and bat second. Real Muto just needed a double for the cycle in Game 5. He's behind the plate. Harper, the DH, cleans up. Castellanos will bat 5th and play right. Bohm batting 6th at 3rd. Edmundo Sosa at short. Valine Valerie. Valine. Okay. Valine. Framber Valine. Sosa at short bats 7th. Segura at second goes 8th. And Matt Vierling. Matt Valine is in center. He'll bat 9th as Marsh and him will platoon with the lefty on the mound. Defensively for Houston, it's pretty much the same lineup as most of the series. Alvarez a 4 and a 7 in left. McCormick a 6 and a 4 in center. Tucker a 7 and a 6 in right. Bregman a 7 at third. Jeremy Pena a 7 at short. Altuve a 6 at second. Gurriel an 8 at first. Marty a 10 and a 7 behind the plate. And Framber is a 6 on the mound with a .967 fielding percentage. So the Astros win this. They win the World Series. Schwarber 2 for 17 with a run scored and 2 singles. And we start Game 6. Got him. An 0-2 curve swung on and missed. Old Framber 17 and 6 for the Stros. 201 in the 3rd innings, 166 hits. Control might be an issue. He gave up 11 homers, competing with a stupid leaf blower behind me, 67 walks, and 194 strikeouts. Hoskins is 2 for 20 on this free play, a double, an RBI. And Reese makes contact into left center. McCormick. And there's 2 out. Here's Real Muto. JT 7 for 20. He is the Phils MVP all the way. A double, a triple, and 2 homers. 2 solo shots because he has 2 RBI. Framber deals. And there's a base hit in the left center field. Alvarez picks it up, throws it in. And that's the first hit. If the Phillies win this game today, Game 7 would be on Sunday at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And if the Astros win this game today, we'll do some hockey for you. Here's Bryce Harper. 2 for 16. That's 125 on the series. Runner on first, 2 out for Harper. Ground ball past Pena, and that's a single. So the Phillies get off to a good start. McCormick throws it back in. The throw to Bregman. Real Muto trying to take the base. He will. So runners on the corners for Castellanos, who was 4 for 17 on the series. Phil's trying to force a game 7. They have 2 hits here in the top of the first. Fromber deals, and that's a fly ball left center field. That is well struck. Alvarez goes back to the Crawford boxes, and what a time for a home run from Nick Castellanos. It's 3-0 Phils. They get the start they needed. My goodness gracious. So just like Game 5, the Phillies jump out to a 3-0 lead. So here's Bohm, who was 2 for 17, hitting 118 on the series. Valdez delivers, and Bohm laces this one past Altuve. Apparently, the Phils watched a bunch of video on the flight from Philadelphia, as they have pounded out 4 hits. Here's Sosa, 2 for 4 on the series. He played in Game 2 and pinch hit in Game 5. And hits another base hit in the center field. So the Phillies come out like a Roman candle. Bohm will go to third without a throw. And runners on the corners, 2 out for Segura. It's a good thing the Astros have a game in hand. Gene is 5 for 16, a homer and 3 RBI. They get another extra base hit here, and they'll do it. Segura, ground ball to second. Altuve gobbles it, throws to Gurriel, and that will retire the side. But you're giving Aaron Nola a 3-run jump start. 3 runs, 5 hits. After half an inning, it's the Phillies 3, the Astros nothing. And so here is Nola. Aaron has no record. He pitched in the Game 2 loss, but pitched well. 6 1/3, 101 pitches. 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 8. 6 1/3 innings for Aaron. 4 hits, the 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 8. A ground ball pitcher. He's 28 years old. His brother is here from the San Diego Padres. And Aaron's fastball tops out at 92. Houston, why not? You're on the verge. Go with what got you here. Altuve leads off in second base. Jeremy Pena at short bats second. Yordan Alvarez in left will go third. Bregman cleans up at third. Kyle Tucker in right will bat fifth. Yuli Gurriel, again, the one Astro that's not hitting, is at first batting sixth. Trey Mancini, if the Astros win this today, you gotta think he's the MVP. That grand slam in Game 5 was huge. McCormick in center goes 8th. Maldonado in behind the plate bats 9th. Schwarber a 5 and a 6 for the Phils in the left. The line is a 6 and a 4 in center. Castellanos a 5 and a 6 in right. Bohm a 6 at third. Sosa a 6 at short. Segura a 6 at second. Hoskins a 6 at first. So sixes are wild in that Philly infield. Real Muto 8 and a 9 behind the plate, and Nola trying to keep the Phillies in this series, take to a 3-run lead, is a 7 with a .920 fielding percentage. Altuve 7 for 23 in this pre-play, hitting .304 with 2 RBI. And Nola's big night starts with strike 3. He swung on and missed a 1-2 curve. And if Nola can find some rhythm, These are both of the aces on the staff. Nola 115 pitches, Valdez 110. They can go for a while. Here's Pena, Jeremy at 287 for 25 with an RBI. Nola kicks and delivers. Got him. So we got a good morning, and Pena got the good afternoon, swinging and missing on an 0-2 fastball. And so here's Alvarez. Jordan 10 for 21 on the series. He has doubled twice and driven in 3. Nola kicks and fires. Alvarez laces this one to right. Foul. And then someone from Crawford made that catch. Not in their own box. So the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Alvarez. And Jordan, a second vert. Well, Castellanos is coming in, and that one is foul. So he's working Nola hard now, and the count remains at 2-2. Pitch to Alvarez. Got him. Good night. So Nola strikes out the side on 14 pitches. Pumps his fist as he heads back to the dugout, and Philadelphia, after 1, leads it 3-0. So the line comes up. Bat 2 for 4. He has single-doubled, scored twice in this pre-play, stole a base and grounded into a double play. Fromber starts the second with a base hit into left field. So Valdez has none stuff out there so far. Opening 9 on 42 pitches, 1+ innings, 6 hits, the 3-run bomb from Castellanos, and a strikeout. Pitch to Schwarber, who's 0 for 1. That's into right. Tucker moving over. Then Kyle will make the catch. Runner will hold. So Hoskins did not strike out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Fromber deals. Chopper to third. Bregman should get 2 out of this. Great play. Altuve for 1. Gurriel. They go around the horn. So Bregman cut off Pena and was able to turn the 5-4-3. So the Phillies get a hit, and that's it. After an inning and a half, 3-0 Phils. So Bregman, Tucker, and Gurriel to face Nola. Alex is 8 for 21, hitting .381 with 5 RBI. Nola, draws the walk. Nola thought that was a strike. The 3-1 fastball just missed high and outside. And that'll bring up Tucker, 9 for 21 on the series, hitting .429, a homer, and 2 RBI. Tucker, right field. Castellanos going back, and Nick is going to run out of room. Tucker with a home run to right. And the Astros get 2 of those 3 runs right back. I don't know how many runs the Astros have put up in this series, but they are a force, aren't they? Both of Tucker's home runs have come here at Minute Maid. And now it's 3-2. And so this place is buzzing again. So that brings up Gurriel. Yuli is 2 for 22. As far as an offensive performance for Houston, he is in an island all to himself, and it's not good. He does have a double. Nola trying to get that home run out of his mind. Ground ball to second. Segura over to Hoskins for the out. Brings up Mancini. Trey, 6 for 17. Had that grand slam in the 4th inning of Game 5. And so he is now driven in 6. And Trey has a tray of doubles. Liner to short. Sosa. Retire, 2 out. For McCormick, who's hitting .500. He's 10 for 20. Struck out 6 times. All 10 of those hits, by the way, singles. Nola, left field. Schwarber in the corner. Makes the catch to retire the side. But the Astros get 2 to chip the lead to 1. Kyle Tucker's homer is huge. 2 runs, a hit, no errors. We go to third in game 6, 3-2 Phils. So here's Real Muto. JT singled and scored on the Castellanos homer in the first. Valdez starts the third. Got him. That's 2. Swung on and missed on the fastball. Here's Harper. Bryce singled and scored. Fromber deals. Ground ball to second. Altuve has it all the way. Throws to first, 2 out. Here's Castellanos. Nick, 3-run homer in the first. And now, the Phillies trying to make that stick. Valdez delivers. Castellanos, ground ball just over the mound. Altuve by the bag at second. Throws to first, and that will retire the side. Phils go in order. Fromber, I'm sure feeling the pressure trying to win a championship, has settled right in. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-2 Phils. Excuse me, so Maldonado, 5 for 15 on the series, a homer and 5 RBI. Nola starts the third, base hit left field. Schwarber's got it. Maldonado is going to take a wide turn at first, but Schwarber with a good throw, and Martin will hold with the single. So here's Altuve. Jose struck out to start the ball game. Nola retired the side by way of the K in the first. 2+ innings, 2 hits. The home run to Tucker. 2 runs are earned, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Don't be so shy in the chat as we come into the 1 o'clock hour in the East. Altuve chops this one to third. Bohm, Segura for 1, Hoskins for 2. And so a 5-4-3 around the horn, 2 out for Pena, who struck out in his first at bat. Got him. That's 4 for Nola. After 3, no runs, a hit, and the 5-4-3 erased him. It is the Phillies 3, the Astros 2. So here is Bohm. Alec singled his first time up as we start the 4th. To short, Pena. 1 out. Again, if the Phillies win, we'll play Game 7 on Sunday. Which, if it goes like the rest of the series, will be the night of Game 7. Here's Sosa. He singled his first time up. He hit 181 in 500 at-bats. He hit 181. Who did? Sosa? Foul. Third base side. Somebody from Austin. The batter before. Oh, Bohm. Yeah, the Phillies offense, with the exception of Real Muto, Castellanos with that big homer. Pitch to Sosa. Got him. He swung on and tipped it into Marty's glove. Yeah, I'm pretty much going with whatever they use in the LCS. I guess we lost John. John's our resident Phillies fan, and he gave me some advice on what to do. Segura 0 for 1. Pitch to Gene. Chopper to short. Pena deep in the hole. Throws it to Gurriel for the out. All told, the Phillies offense, although they have 6 hits today, really just hasn't hit well. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-2 Phils. As a team, the Phillies came into Game 6 hitting .217, while Houston is hitting .342. But yet, it's Game 6. The Phils pitchers have a combined ERA of 5.04. Most of that coming from that 13-1 pasting in Game 4, while Astro pitchers have held the Phils to an earned run average of 2.05. Those numbers kind of tell you the Astros should have swept. But we know the real World Series is going 6 at least as well. Alvarez struck out his first time up. Nola pitches. And there's a chopper, high ground ball to first. Hoskins dances along the line, goes back to the bag, 1 out. Again, if you're looking for surprises or disparity between offense and pitching in the series, in 1960 comes to mind. The Yankees put up 54 runs on the Pirates and lost. Here's Bregman. Alex has walked and scored. Remember, the Yankees scored 9 in Game 7 and lost. Pitch to Bregman. Alex hits a liner in the right field that's going to drop in front of Castellanos for a single. So the tying run is on for Houston. Here's Kyle Tucker. I can't think of another extreme example. You guys are good at pulling that stuff out. But if you just look at those raw numbers for Houston, this should have been over in 4. Tucker had that big home run in the second to make it 3-2. He now has 2 on the series and driven in 4. Nola kicks and fires. And there's a base hit right center. Castellanos cuts it off before it can get down in the alley. Bregman's going to hold it second, and the Astros have it first and second. For Gurriel, who was 0 for 1. You got to wonder, the computer's not going to pull Nola. So I'm the one that's going to have to do it. How much rope do I give him? Ow, as I smash my wrist against my desk. Gurriel is 0 for 1. Nola delivers, and there's a chopper, should be 2. Sosa to Segura for 1, to Hoskins for 2. And so Gurriel, again, he's like a dormant volcano. Nola gets out of it. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and the Phillies still lead it 3-2. So here's Valine, who singled his first time up. 3 for 5 in the series. Well, I have a message. My message is... It's a traffic alert. All right. So Verlaine is 1 for 1. Fromberg pitches. There's a ground ball to Pena. Scobbles it up. Throws to Gurriel for the out. So 1 out here in the 5th for Schwarber. Fromber opening 1870 pitches. That tough first inning, but all the butterflies trying to lock down a World Series, of course, will contribute to that. 4 1/3 innings, 6 hits, the 3-run shot to Castellanos, and 3 strikeouts. Schwarber is 0 for 2. The Phils would love an insurance run. He got him. Schwarber swung on and missed a 2-2 four-seam fastball. So 2 out for Hoskins, who is 0 for 2. And if you look at batters that have disappointed in this World Series, it's Hoskins. He's done nothing. Valdez delivers, and right on cue, he strikes out. How about that? Swung on and missed. halfway home in Game 6. The Phillies trying to force a Game 7 lead, 3-2. You joined us late for the second part of our doubleheader. The Astros need to win this to win the World Series. They lead the series 3-2. The Phillies lead Game 6 3-2. Nick Castellanos, a 3-run homer to make it 3-0 in the first. And then Kyle Tucker, a 2-run bomb to right, made it 3-2. And so Aaron Nola, a 4-hitter through 4, has struck out 4. And Valdez, a 6-hitter through 5, has fanned 5. And so here is Mancini, McCormick, and Maldonado here in the bottom of the 5th. Trey is 0 for 1 today. Into left center. Valine, 1 out. So here's McCormick. Chaz is 0 for 1. Nola delivers. As soon as I hit the button. Got him. That's 5 for Aaron. And that'll bring up Maldonado as one of the 4 hits. 1 for 1. Into center field. Verlin going back there, and we are... That's off the wall. So Marty's going to have himself a stand-up double. And the Astros have the tying run on with the guy that has my speed 2 out here in the 5th. And so Nola's opening 18, 4 2/3, 68 pitches, 5 hits, a home run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Altuve 0 for 2. He has grounded it into a double play and struck out. There's a ground ball to short. Sosa to Hoskins, and that will get you nowhere. So we're through 5. Want no runs, a hit, no errors. Both teams have only left on 2. We go to the 6th, 3-2 Phils. I hope, and I know what happened last night, that the rest of this World Series, in reality, is playing like what we're doing here. This has been all that in a bag of chips. And a credit to the Phils for getting this far. Here's JT. JT is 1 for 2. Real Muto has singled, scored, and struck out. This time around, he laces it past Altuve into center field for a base hit. So Real Muto now needs Harper. Is he going to go for 2? He is. The throw to Jose, not in time. So Real Muto steals a double out of that. That didn't look like it was hit hard enough for extra bases, but JT didn't stop. And so here is Harper. Bryce has struggled in this World Series, at least in this one. 1 for 2 with a run scored today. Pitch to Harper. He draws the walk. And so it's same situation as we were in the first. Real Muto on second, Harper on first, and Castellanos smashed a 3-run homer. Phil's trying to add some insurance here, hanging on to a 3-2 lead. Nobody out, top the 6th. From the stretch. Might be 2. Pena's, however, coming in. He may only get 1. He's only got to play at first. The throw to Gurriel is close, and Castellanos is out on a bang-banger. That took a weird hop, and Pena only had to play at first. And so now here's Bohm. This is who Jamie was talking about. In 586 at-bats in the real season, he hit 181. However, he is 1 for 2 today with a single. And a single would make it 5-2. Valdez delivers, and Bohm flies out to right. Tucker. Real Muto should go back and tag. JT does. And so it'll be a sac fly and 4-2 Phils. So Sosa is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. 2 out here in the 6th, and Bohm drives in a run. Yeah, he did. Unless Dave put up the wrong numbers. 13 homers, 72 RBI, 110 strikeouts, but he only had 106 hits. On base percentage of 223, slugging percentage of 299, and an OPS of 522. Is it wrong? These were thrown together in an awful big hurry. So there is room for errors. But that's the numbers that Bohm's been playing with in the World Series. So here's Sosa. It was a productive out. The Phillies are up 4-2. Sosa, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Valdez delivers. Sosa gone. He swung on and missed. So what did he hit then? I'm curious. After 5.5, the Phils get a big run on a hit and no errors. They now lead 4-2. So Pena, Alvarez, and Bregman. Pena is 0 for 2. And just a reminder for those wondering, how did you get these teams? The game company did the playoff teams. Looks like he hit 280 in the real season. And yet, despite the fact that he is hitting 100 points below his average, the Phils are 12 outs away from forcing Game 7. So if this one goes to 7, I will go in and fix Bohm. Pena 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Nola starts the 6th, and Pena gets hit. Is there any other errors that need to be fixed? That's a pretty big one. And we've played all 6 games thinking that he was surprised that they kept him in. Here's Alvarez. Jordan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pena has good speed. And so the tying run is already at the plate. Nola goes home. Alvarez hits this one into right. Castellanos moving over towards the pens and makes the catch. Can't change it mid-game, John. So here's Bregman. Alex singled, scored and walked. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Game 6, 4-2 Phils. That's all right. I wish I'd known that, though, like for games 1 and 2. We could have done something about it then. Bregman. Got him. So Nola has pitched to Jim. That's 6. A 1-2 fastball on the outside corner. And again, twitching there. You'd think that the younger generation watching on phones would demand a better service. Here's Tucker. Kyle has homered. That came in the 2nd. He's also singled. So Nola delivers, and he struck out Tucker. Swung on and missed. We're through 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Astros have left on 3. 4-2 Philadelphia. So Valdez pretty much down to base runner time. Segura, Verlaine, and Schwarber. Fromber starts the 7th. Base hit. No. Pena deep in the hole and can't make the play. It's an error. He fumbled it, which kind of goes for a football town. So that's the first error for the Stros. Here's Verlaine, 1 for 2. Valdez really working at the end of it. Yeah, but they shouldn't be 100 points off. There was some boo-boos there. And again, despite that huge typographical error by Action PC, and the Phillies have forced our leading in Game 6 of the World Series. Maldonado and Valdez have a word. Verlaine to third. Bregman, they might get 2. Altuve for 1. Jose pivots to first. They do. So 2 out, nobody on for Schwarber. Valdez, 27 batters, 6 2/3, 106 pitches. 7 hits, all 4 runs are earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 6. Schwarber has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. Valdez got him, and if that's it, he did all right. Stretch time, 4-2 Phils. Well, the Phillies are 9 outs away for forcing a Game 7 on Sunday. Gurriel is so overdue. It's amazing. He's 0 for 2 today, 2 for 24 on the series. Yeah, Jamie says when you input seasons, you look for something like that. Seems out of the ordinary. And I don't watch enough modern baseball. But to be fair, they want to get this playoff stuff out quick for pre-plays. And so you just take a lot of these with a grain of salt, but that's a pretty big miss. But then again, here we are in the 7th inning of Game 6. And the Phillies are on the verge of forcing a 1-game season. Pitch to Gurriel. Base hit left field. Schwarber will get that one off the wall, off the out-of-town scoreboard. Bohm should have had it. Gurriel's digging for third. The throw to Bohm is close. They got him. They throw him out. 1 out. The Astros gambled and couldn't do it. Yeah, I would think that today a 186 average and being in the lineup is plausible. Worked for Roy Euler, right? So the runner is erased. Run rating is a 5. Must be a typo on that throw, Matt says. So it should be 161 hits. Are the rest of those numbers right? 24, 3, and 13? All right. Okay. I'll look to see what the splits are, too. Here's Mancini. He is 0 for 2. So Nola, double for Gurriel, and then thrown out, trying to turn that into a triple. Mancini hits a slow chopper over the mound. Sosa over to Hoskins, 2 out. So here's McCormick 0 for 2 with the strikeout. And there's a base hit into right center, so that probably cost the Astros a run. Verlaine picks it up, and McCormick wants 2. They're going to try for it. The throw, safe. So Chas has his first double. And so we are assuming in this series that Alex got a hold of some bad tacos and is not 100%. But if the Astros don't get 2 in the next 6 outs, or 7 outs, some milk of bag will help with that. Here's Maldonado. He is 2 for 2. He has singled, doubled. And Nola right up against it. Here's the pitch to Martin. There's a ground ball to Sosa. Boys, he played a good ball game. And the Phillies are 6 outs away from Game 7. And so that'll do it for Valdez. No runs, 2 hits, and a runner left on. We go to the 8th, 4-2, Phils. Ron hits the wrong button. So we're going to go with Bryan Abreu. That's right. He got that free taco after his stolen base. Yeah, we won't talk about Taco Bell. Some Pepto is going to make him at least 60 hit. You know what? It's going to be some spinach in Pepto. Bryan Abreu coming out to pitch the 8th for Houston. Come on, show me some stats. There we go. 24 years old, fastball at 94 and a ground ball plus pitcher. He went in Game 2, was involved in that win. 1 inning, 18 pitches, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earning a walk. So Hoskins, Real Muto, and Harper as the Phillies cling to a 4-2 lead as we start the 8th. Hoskins strikes out. I think Reese wants this one to be over. Caught the inside corner on an 0-2, and here's Real Muto. No te quiero Taco Bell. No. Real Muto is 2 for 3 today. A single, a double. He has struck out and scored twice. Abreu winds and deals. Chopper to third. Bregman almost on the grass. Has a long throw to first. 2 out. So here is Harper. Bryce 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and scored. The bad news for the Phils, top of the lineup coming up for Houston, Altuve, Pena, and Alvarez. Abreu delivers, and Harper laces this one into center for a base hit. So that's the 8th hit, 4-8-0 for the Phillies. 3 left on. The Astros 2-7-1 with 4 left on. Castellanos, his 3-run homer in the first is the difference. Runner on first is Harper. No, I'm not going to pinch. Well, yeah, I guess I do. Going to pinch hit. It's going to be Brandon Marsh. Marsh. 333, 5 for 15, a homer, and 4 RBI. As a pinch hitter, he has an RBI. Abreu deals. And he walked him. And so the Phillies have 2 on for Alec Bohm and his bad batting average. Alec, despite that error, Alec 1 for 2 with an RBI. He stays in the ball game. He swings in the pop-up shallow left field. Bregman and Alvarez converge. It's going to be Bregman on the grass, and that is the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still Nola to face the top of the lineup. 4-2 Phillies. So Altuve, Pena, and Alvarez. Nola, 98 pitches. 7 innings, 27 batters, 7 hits, the home run to Tucker, He has walked 1 while striking out 7. Nola starts the 8th with a line drive base hit right field. Guthrie, the new right fielder, goes to pick it up out of the corner. Altuve is not stopping with 1. Hoskins should have had it. Jose is going to hold at second. And so the Astros come out firing here in the 8th. Here's Pena. He has struck out twice. And so Nola better be strong or he's gone. Nola is strong. How long do I go with him? John? If John's still watching. Robertson and Hand are going to be out of there, and I can't use Eflin. Oh my goodness, I can't use Eflin. Brogdon is still tired from his performance. Oh. So we'll see if John's listening. You want Alvarez. You want Alvarado's on short work. So don't look at that screen. Anyone by an S you don't want in the game. So Hand or Robertson. It's righty, lefty, righty. I'm tempted for Robertson now and to use Hand in the 9th. Oh, driving. Okay. So we're going to put in Robertson. So too many pitchers on too short of a rest, and so they're going to go with Robertson. David, has a save. Inning in 2/3. 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. They can't go with Eflin. Robertson has pitched twice in this series, including Game 5, the 13-1 loss. He did pick up the save in Game 1. Inning in 2/3, a hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So Altuve, here's Pena. He's the tying run. Robertson starts, walked him, and now the tying run is on for Alvarez. Jordan is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. We are doing the 3-batter rule, so Robertson has to face Alvarez and Bregman. Nobody out, bottom of the 8th. 4-2 Phils trying to force a Game 7. Hoskins and Bohm guard the line. Alvarez laces this one into right. Guthrie picks it up. Altuve looks around third and will hold. And so Robertson has to face Bregman, but the bases are loaded and nobody out. Bregman is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and struck out. And also has scored. So Altuve, Pena is on third. Pena, the tying run, is on second. And Alvarez, the potential World Series winner, is on first. And Philadelphia, really all they got left is Brad Hand. Pitch to Bregman. Gets away from Real Muto, and it's a 1-run game. Everybody moves up 90. A wild pitch that sailed over the head of Real Muto. A full count to Bregman and nobody out. Robertson from the set. in the left. This game is going to be tied in a moment. Schwarber will make the catch. Pena runs from third, and they're going to hold him. They're going to hold him. Schwarber made a fantastic stop and was in a good position to throw. So the Phils catch a break. And now they want to bring in Hand. And I think you got him. I think you stay away from gets away from. Yep. Thanks, Jamie. So Brad Hand to face Tucker. Hand is going to try to get 5 outs on 20 pitches. He pitched in Game 5, 1 inning, 11 pitches and a strikeout, 4 innings on the series, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. They're playing in for Kyle, who's going to swing. He's 2 for 3, his 2-run homer in the second cut it to a 1-run game. The tying run is Pena. The World Series potential winner is Alvarez. Tucker draws the walk, and they're loaded for Gurriel, who doubled and then was thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. So Gurriel, who has struggled beyond belief in this series, that could be all forgotten right now. Hand, taking his sweet time, delivers. Ground ball to Hoskins. Pena's coming home. Hoskins to Realmuto. They got Pena, and they're going to get Gurriel. They turn it. Oh, baby. A 3-2-3 double play, and we go to the 9th. How about that? It's the Phillies 4, the Astros 3. They're going to go with Hunter Brown. Brown 2-0 on the real season with an earned run average of 8.89. At 0.89. 20 innings, 15 hits, no homers. He walked 7, struck out 22. Hunter is 23. He is an extreme ground ball plus pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 89. Rhys Hoskins is getting a lot of high fives in the Phillies dugout. They were playing him in. He threw to Realmuto. JT immediately fired it back to Hoskins, and they turned the 3-2-3. What a ball game. So 4-3 Phillies as they bat in the 9th. Sosa 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out twice. Ground ball to Pena. Over to first. 1 out. Here's Segura, who's 0 for 3. Brown, where's the number 94? Segura in the right center. That's extra bases. That's off the bullpen wall. McCormick and Tucker converge, and Segura has a double. The 9th hit for the Phils. Here's Verlin, 1 for 3. He has singled and grounded into a double play. What can Brown do for you? Chopper to Altuve. Jose makes a diving stop in the hole, 2 out. But Segura moves over to third. And so it's Schwarber, and we'll see what the computer does with Kyle. He is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. It'll be Mancini, McCormick, and Maldonado for the Astros in the bottom of the 9th. And remember, 1 to tie and 2 to win the World Series. Runner on third goes. Schwarber drives home the run. It falls in front of Tucker, and it's 5-3 Phils. A rare bad play by Altuve. And so here's the hero, Hoskins. Don't look at his numbers and say, well, why is he the hero? He's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but his inning-ending double play shut down the Astro rally. Got him. So Brad Hand, he has thrown 8 pitches. He needs 3 outs. He's got a 2-run lead. And it is time, Jamie, to pull the goalie for sure. This one has been all that and a bag of chips. Mancini is 0 for 3. We are 3 outs away from a date Sunday afternoon at noon Eastern to decide the 2022 baseball season. Mancini, left field. Back goes Schwarber. Way back into the Crawford boxes. And boy, does that run loom large now. It's 5-4. Oh my goodness gracious. Trey Mancini has made a 1-run game. Here it is again on the outer part of the plate, and he just pulled it down. This one's playing like round 14 of a 15-round heavyweight championship fight. That's a 10th hit for Houston. McCormick is 1 for 3. He finally got an extra base hit in this series. He has 11. 5-4 Phillies. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th. Trey Mancini, his second huge home run in as many nights. McCormick walked him, and the tying run is on for Marty Maldonado, who has a home run in this series and has driven in 5. Today, 2 for 3, a single and a double. Hoskins and Bohm play for the bunt. I don't know who you'd use for a hand. I'm going to have to go get him. Real Muto goes to settle him down. Brad takes a deep breath. This might be 2. Sosa, Segura for 1. The throw to first, 2 out. And so the Philly, they're going to bring in Christopher Sanchez. And why not? You need 1 out. The computer made the switch. Dominguez is not on the active roster. So Christopher Sanchez, who has a save in the regular season, mostly pitched out of the pen. 15 games, 3 starts, 40 innings, 38 hits, 5 homers. He walked 17, struck out 35. I'm hearing uh-oh from the Philly fan. 25 years old, standard pitcher, fastball at 93. It's Altuve. 1 for 4. A run scored, a strikeout, and a double. But if Sanchez can get 1 out, we'll see you Sunday at noon. Oh, you'll see me Sunday at noon anyway. So Sanchez, roof open, 12-mile-an-hour wind out to center field and 55 degrees. But the Phillies, everything's on a knife's edge now. Altuve can't win it, but he can tie it. Sanchez delivers. Line drive, and the tying run is on. And Sosa, who has played so well, didn't there. And so now it's Pena. And Sanchez, because of the three-batter rule, has to stay in. Pena, a rookie, had 22 homers on the Rio season. He is 7 for 27 in the series with an RBI. He has struck out twice today and walked. So, Eastern Pennsylvania and Texas are chewing on fingernails. Sanchez deals. Struck him out. There's a game 7. And we will see you Sunday lunch. Oh, my goodness. What a game 6. The Phillies, the Miracle Phillies, have forced a game 7. 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. They leave on 6. Houston, who just kept coming, 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. They leave on 7. Castellanos is your Digital Dice MVP. His 3-run homers set the table. My goodness. Aaron Nola, 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs all earned. The home run to Tucker. He walked 1 and struck out 7. Robertson didn't have much. And Brad Hand somehow got 4 outs and kept the Phillies into the game. That run in the top of the 9th was so huge because Mancini's homer would have been the tying run. And Sanchez was pretty much using a barf bag on the mound. It doesn't matter what he did. He got his man out on a strikeout, and we're going to game 7. Valdez, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He struck out 7, walked a batter. Abreu and Brown gave up the run. You're under 1. Oh, my goodness. So 2 hours and 13 minutes into this, and that's it. If this is what we get the rest of the real series, yeah, Major League Baseball will be thrilled beyond belief. So there will be a 7th and deciding game to at least this World Series pre-play, and you'll see it Sunday at noon on Retro Sports Network. Houston wins Game 5. The Phillies force a 7th and deciding game with a 5-4 win. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good day, everybody. So long.